Conversants, welcome to Conversations with Collette. My name is Collette Smith from Dr. Collette J. Smith and Associates, Training Consultancy and Personal Development Center. Today we're going to be talking about personal development, enhancing the important self. And you may be saying to yourself, important self? Yes, you are important. And we're going to be talking about how we can ensure that you know that for sure. If I'm taking you on a journey, it's important for me to outline the path I'm going to travel. This is presented in the objectives. To enhance self-esteem, to encourage you to develop and maintain positive attitudes, to introduce ways of reducing stress and managing time more effectively, and to encourage teamwork and professionalism. Personal development is a lifelong process through which individuals can evaluate their knowledge, skills and competencies, examine their personal objectives, and set achievable goals to maximize their potential. It can also help you to enhance your employability skills, increase self-awareness, and create wealth. Yes, personal development can help you to create wealth. As your skills develop, you are able to increase your income levels. Personal development has assisted many business managers to obtain more qualified and competent employees and empowered more people to confidently succeed in entrepreneurship. A process of honest introspection is extremely important for personal development to be transformational. Noted psychologist Abraham Maslow says that human beings have needs that fall within a hierarchy. At the bottom of the pyramid, he says, are our basic physiological needs. Then we move up to our safety and security needs. Then above that we have our belongingness needs, our esteem needs, and at the peak of the pyramid, he says, are our self-actualization needs. According to Maslow, individuals will be motivated to fulfill whichever need is prepotent or most powerful at a given point in time. Your physiological needs are your basic needs for food, shelter, clothing, etc. Safety and security needs, freedom from threat or injury. Belongingness, we desire to belong, to be part of a team, to be loved. Esteem, we desire achievement and competence. Self-actualization, according to Maslow, when all other needs have been adequately met, then we'll be motivated to become our best selves. Personal development helps you to get to that point of self-actualization. So we're going to be talking about 4 stages of learning, and different theorists have presented learning in different stages. This by far is one of the most popular theories. Stage 1, unconscious incompetence. First is the stage where we don't know the degree of our incompetence. This is where the honest introspection should begin. Then we move to conscious incompetence. You are aware of the skills that you need to develop and you are not yet proficient. We move from there to conscious competence. You are able to use the skills but only with effort. Then you move from that stage to unconscious competence, where performing the skill comes naturally, it's almost automatic. These theories have been presented by Martin Broadwell, Paul Curtis, Philip Warren, Noel Birch. In stage 2, conscious incompetence, here we are now conscious that we are at the tail or the starting point of the learning curve. We may experience feelings of inadequacy that are contrary to what our ego desires because we want to feel like we know it. This stage of learning requires commitment and a personal decision to follow through. The enthusiasm that you feel in stage 1 when you've just decided to go on this personal development journey may begin to dissipate in stage 2, but do not quit. I repeat, do not quit. This step requires commitment, a fixity of purpose, and a willingness to work hard. In stage 3, you are now at conscious competence. Now your confidence has grown. You feel somewhat competent in your ability. To reach this stage, you must first work through the uncomfortable feelings that accompany conscious incompetence. This is a reward for committing and devoting the time and energy to navigate the ups and downs in the learning process. Remembering where you once were, you still need to focus intensely on the objective of learning through your development. In stage 4, unconscious competence. This is where you will experience the joy of transformation. It's almost euphoric. You have now satisfactorily moved from the timidity and discomfort experienced in stages 1 and 2 through the extraordinary effort and commitment to honing your skills in stage 3 to emerge at a new level of being. With unconscious competence, you operate effortlessly in the zone, in the flow. It's almost like Usain Bolt, practicing and practicing and practicing and going through the laborious work, but you get to a point where the skill comes naturally and you just perform with excellence. Having explained the stages of learning, we want to talk about some areas that will affect our personal development, starting in section 1 on attitude. When we talk about attitude, what are we talking about? So attitude is really defined as a state of mind with which you approach a person or a situation. I'm going to ask some questions. They may sound like rhetorical questions, but I want you to be answering those questions even as I'm making this presentation, or if you're watching it in the form of a video, even as you're watching this video. So what do these have to do with personal development, attitude, and behavior? And I'm going to pause between each of them because I want you to reflect. Team building skills. What is a team? Is teamwork important? Time management, what does that have to do with your personal development? Are you managing your time, or is your time managing you? Are you prioritizing? Are you establishing goals? Are you working assiduously to achieve those goals? Stress management. Especially in this pandemic, many persons are experiencing stress. But how are you managing that stress? We're going to talk about that. We're going to tell you what is stress. We're going to give you a definition of stress. We're going to talk about some signs of stress. We're going to talk about how you can control your stress levels. And then we're going to wrap up with professionalism, and we are going to ask you to make a commitment. So now let's get into the meat of the matter. Is personal development important? Yes or no? If you said yes, why do you think it's important? How can you develop yourself? How will this help you in the future? I really wish I could hear your answers, but I know that you're reflecting as I speak with you. What does it take to be a true professional? Do you want to be a true professional? If you do, let's start with attitude. So we have defined attitude. What is the effect of attitude on habits and behavior or your success? How can habits and attitudes affect your success and or the quality of service that you deliver to your internal and external customers? When we talk about the internal customers, we're talking about those persons who are working along with you to deliver the goods or services that you offer or your organization offers to external customers, persons who are patronizing your business. We say attitude is a state of mind with which you approach a person or a situation. Attitude is extremely important. Your attitude can affect you physically. Your attitude can affect you mentally. Your attitude can affect the way you behave. It will affect what you say. And ultimately, all of these will determine your success or failure in life. Remember, attitude is a choice. How then can you develop a positive attitude? Be informed and communicate well. Be punctual. Be cheerful. Be polite. Be patient. Be dependable. Let your work be your bond. Work with pride. Autograph your work with excellence. Respect others and yourself. We're still talking about attitude. Be considerate. Seek knowledge. You are watching this video on personal development because you are interested in seeking knowledge to develop new knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Show enthusiasm. Be courteous. Believe in yourself and enjoy life. I want you to to do a role play for me. I might not be able to see it, but I want you to practice the skills that you're learning. This role play is really demonstrating a non-verbal display of attitude. Find someone to partner with you. Nobody is to speak. Just act out the part. One person will play the part of a service provider with a bad attitude. The other person or persons will play the part of the customer or customers. Once you're through playing the part, evaluate the effect of this kind of attitude, this bad attitude, on the individual first, and then on the business, its success or its failure. Earlier on I said to you, be assertive. What do I mean by be assertive? An assertive person is self-assured, confident, and willing to take on challenges even before being asked. Are you assertive? What are the benefits of being assertive? You develop close working relationships. Your leadership qualities will be easily identified, making you more marketable and ready for a promotion. An assertive person operates in such a way that the organization or the family or the group saves time and energy and even money. Feel free to place your questions in the comments as we move now into section 2, self-esteem. When we talk about self-esteem, very often we hear people say, boy, this person has a low self-esteem. You may find that somebody who has a low self-esteem may also have a bad attitude. So we're going to be talking about how you can develop a high self-esteem and a positive attitude. Again, I like to teach by getting people to act, to do role plays, so that you can apply the skills that you're learning to your lives. So take the next 30 seconds to identify one person you know who needs encouragement to increase or to improve his or her self-esteem or confidence. Send that person a text or a note or an email complimenting them about anything that you wish. Don't flatter them, be genuine in the compliment. Having done that, tell me, how did you feel about paying that compliment? And as you pay the compliment, remember that the person may not necessarily respond positively right away, especially if it is somebody with a low self-esteem. Not everyone will respond positively at first, but you will begin to encourage them as you do that. I want you to say this along with me. I am as good as any, better than many, and inferior to none. One more time. I am as good as any, better than many, and inferior to none. Now I want you to internalize that thought. So the next time someone does something or says something that causes you to feel belittled or intimidated, you remember what you just said. I'm as good as any, better than many, and inferior to none. What is self-esteem? Self-esteem really is the opinion you have of yourself, how you see yourself as a person. This is based on your value as a person, the job you do, including what you do for your family or at home, based on your achievements, how you think others see you, your purpose in life, your place in the world, the group, the family, work, professional or social setting, and your potential for success. You will find that your self-esteem will be determined a lot by what you harbor in your mind. The mind is a powerful, powerful organ. So then, what causes self-esteem? Low self-esteem. Low self-esteem results from persons having a poor self-image caused by his or her attitude to himself or herself, his or her job or life in general. Did you know that? So how do you see yourself as a person? Do you believe in yourself? Are you confident in your abilities? If you have a high self-esteem, you'll respect yourself as well as others. People with a low self-esteem put themselves down, take the easy way out, resist change, fear failure. Is there anyone you know who has never failed at something? Every one of us has failed at something at some point. So do not fear failure. Give it a try. You may just surprise yourself and others. What is high self-esteem? High self-esteem has to do with your consistent belief in yourself and your abilities. Self-esteem is a very important aspect of your life. If you have a high self-esteem, you'll be confident, happy, and sure of yourself. You'll be highly motivated and have the right attitude to succeed. Is self-esteem important? Self-esteem is the cornerstone of a positive attitude towards living. How then, you may ask Dr. Smith, can I improve my self-esteem? I'll tell you. You can start by thinking positively. The power of positive thinking. And affirmations also help, especially daily affirmations. Learn from your mistakes. We just established that every single one of us has failed at something at some point. So you will make mistakes, learn the lessons from those. Try to look your best at all times. Feel empowered. Your empowerment does not necessarily depend on others. It starts again in your mind. Maintain a sense of self-worth, self-value. Spend time with people who have a positive outlook on life, who will be the wind beneath your wings. Persons who will encourage you. Persons who will allow you to be yourself. Persons who will affirm you. Don't be so hard on yourself. You may have a negative view of yourself, and if so, you're probably highly critical of yourself. So how then can you improve your self-image? Take yourself less seriously and lighten up, man. Learn to laugh, learn to relax, learn to be comfortable in your own skin. Accept criticism in a constructive way so that you can improve and develop. Read motivating books. Take up an exercise program. You will feel and look better. It will increase your energy levels. I want you to do another role play for me. Divide into groups with your friends, co-workers, or family members and prepare a skit or a role play on the following. A member of your team is demonstrating behaviors that indicates that he or she has a low self-esteem. Tell him or her how he or she can develop a high self-esteem based on what you have learned so far in this presentation today. How does self-image affect self-esteem? Some persons are so caught up in their self-image that they do not even get a chance to show the beauty of who they are. They might say, I'm too fat, I'm too short, I'm too skinny. Those are opinions that you hold, which may or may not be true. Someone will love you just the way you are. Some persons like large, some small, some thin, some tall, some short. You don't have to be thin or tall to be attractive. Be healthy, eat well, have a balanced diet, rest properly, and take good care of yourself. Your body is unique. Enjoy it and love it. Focus on your strong points. Love yourself first. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. I bet you didn't know I was going to sing for you. Lift your confidence. Your posture says a lot about you. So you realize now I'm squaring my shoulders as I sit on this chair. And I'm lifting my head. Straighten up. Smile. Look straight ahead. You look and feel more comfortable. Practice that. It works. We're done with sections 1 and 2. Are you ready for section 3? So we are now in section 3, looking at teamwork. Teamwork helps us to excel or succeed together. There is a phrase that says, no man is an island. We need each other. A team is defined as a group of persons working together to meet or achieve a common objective or purpose. What are the advantages of teamwork? It makes the work or task easier. We develop lasting relationships. It widens communication. It increases opportunities to draw on individual strengths. There are more ideas. There is the ability to compensate for individual weaknesses because not everybody in the team is going to be at the same skill or competency level. How then can you become a team player? Be inspirational. That will help to motivate the rest of the team. Clarify your goals and your responsibilities. What are your duties? Find them out and carry them out. Be a part of the organization's or the group's or the team's mission. Be an effective communicator. Gain consensus. Work together. Do not be selfish. Respect each other. Be trustworthy and open. Recognize your achievements and the achievements of others. You know, some people, they only celebrate their achievement, but they can't celebrate the achievements of others. Learn to celebrate the achievement of others and watch that team grow cohesively. Be innovative. Find new ways of doing things. What are some things then that destroy teamwork? Gossip. Carry go bring, come we call it in Jamaica, will destroy teamwork. Selfishness and individualism. It's all about I, me. That destroys teamwork. Complacency. In Jamaica we call it don't care. It destroys teamwork. Feeling an attitude of inferiority or superiority. I'm not as good as them, or I know it all. I'm better than them. That will destroy teamwork. Failure to stick with the organization's rules and guidelines. When you came to get the job and you came for the interview and you were being interviewed, yes, I can work on a Monday, I can work on Saturdays, Sundays too. And you're willing to assist with everything. But once you are confirmed, you come here for drink, me not come here for count cow. No longer are you willing to be that sweet person that they saw when they employed you. You are now turning into the monster in the organization. That will destroy teamwork. How can you build a winning team? And this is homework for you. What are 6 activities that you could organize and get others involved in to build a stronger team? You know, the word team can be used as an acronym. TEAM. T, together. E, everyone. A, achieves. M, more. So as a team, together, everyone achieves more. Now we're moving on to section 4, time and stress management. Are you managing your time, or is your time managing you? What are some behaviors that produce problems in time management? We have 24 hours in a day. How are you using those 24 hours, especially during this pandemic? How are you using your time? Are you waiting until the last minute to do things? What happens when you do that? Do you have assignments to be completed? Is there a task that you have to be done? Have you done it? Waiting until there's a crisis before acting. Does that describe your attitude to time? Not sticking to deadlines. Spending too much time on unimportant things. Spending too much time on personal calls. Not having clear goals, not asking for help when you need help, and not following instructions. I want you to begin to manage your time to achieve success. If you really want to be successful, you have to manage your time well. Establish goals. Know what goals you wish to achieve and the resources and time required to get there. Set SMART goals. Again, the word SMART can be used as an acronym. S, let your goals be specific. Let your goals be measurable. Let them be achievable or attainable. Let them be realistic and let them be time-bound. These can be personal development goals. These can be wealth creation goals. These can be asset acquisition goals. These can be financial goals. Whatever your goals are, academic or otherwise, let them be SMART. In another session, we will talk about setting smart goals and break down SMART for you to fully understand what I mean by setting smart goals. Of course, if you have questions, you can place them in the comments. Follow the 3 fundamental steps in time management. Then evaluate your achievements and move to the next level. What are the 3 fundamental steps I just mentioned? 1. Plan your activities. 2. Set priorities. Know what you need to do first and focus on that priority list. I like to set priorities based on the most difficult tasks and the most important tasks to be completed first and to move down my list. Once you have completed step 2, move to step 3, implement the plan. Once you have implemented the plan, you're going to evaluate the impact of the plan. And if you have to make adjustments, you can do that. Concentrate on results, not just on being busy. Many people spend their day in a rush, but achieve very little because they are not concentrating on the right things. What are some time management tools that I would recommend for you? First of all, put a price on your time. There are persons who will use your time, and before you know it, you have not achieved your goals because those persons have consumed half of your day or more. Put a price on your time so that when the time wasters come, you can let them know, I have something important to do. What is the value? Put a dollar value on your time. Use your time wisely. Start an activity log, and the to-do lists help as well. Develop your action plan. Make sure that you concentrate on the right things. Check how you're really spending your time and plan to solve a problem and handle responsibilities in a timely manner. How valuable is your time? We just talk about putting a monetary value on your time. You may be shocked to see the amount of time that you waste reading junk mail or on Facebook, talking to negative persons, or just idling. Poor time management leads to stress. Did you know that? Poor time management leads to stress. What is stress? It is an emotional state of tension or feeling of intense strain or pressure. Stress is often characterized by feelings of frustration, hostility, and or aggression. So you feel angry, you don't even know why, because you are stressed. Some of the more common signs of stress fall under the following headings. You have physical stress, emotional stress, and behavioral stress. What are some physical signs of stress? Dryness of the throat and mouth, headache, fatigue, weight loss or weight gain. Some people, when they are stressed, they eat a lot. Others do not have an appetite and they do not eat properly. Sleeplessness or excess sleep. Pain in the neck, shoulders or in your back. Frequent need to urinate. Frequent cold sinusitis, poor digestion. You'll realize that some of these symptoms are also related to other illnesses. Sexual impotence, excessive sweating, grinding of the teeth. Those are some physical signs of stress. Now what about the emotional signs of stress? Anxiety and frustration, anger, sudden mood changes, depression, avoidance, you don't want anybody around you, denial, you become easily discouraged, fear, confusion, loss of interest in self, loss of interest in sex if you're in a relationship, overpowering urge to cry, run or hide, insecurity, inability to cope with life, leading to depression and even suicidal ideations. If you ever find yourself in this position, you need to reach out to someone. Find someone to speak with And social media has been very useful over the last several years because so many persons who find themselves harboring suicidal ideations or thoughts have been able to reach out and have been able to be helped by persons with expertise in social media. But you still have to be careful of what you share in social media because sometimes people will use things against you. So whatever you're disclosing, be wise. Now let's talk about some behavioral signs of stress. Increased dependence on drugs, change in eating habits, isolation, accident proneness, withdrawal from co-workers, family, etc., absence from work and lateness. Some supervisors notice that this particular employee is frequently absent and they used to be reliable. A new pattern has developed. That supervisor needs to stop, check with the employee and find out what's wrong before you even write up that employee. Absence from work, lateness, intolerance, forgetfulness, lethargy, neglect of responsibility at home and at work. It is important to know when you are stressed. Be aware of what is causing the stress in your life and the effect it is having on you physically and mentally. Try to know when you are stressed and the cause of it. Acknowledge that there is a problem and address it. Deal with it. Recognize your value to the organization, to the family, to the community. How can you reduce stress? Value yourself and your job. Use your talents wisely. Do not abuse alcohol or drugs. Work smarter, not harder. Take time out. Take a holiday. Go to the beach if you can. Go to the river if you can. Just relax. Rest properly. Meditate. And I cannot emphasize this enough. Carefully select your friends. Change parts of your life that cause stress or worry. Massage is a very pleasant way to lessen muscle tension and reduce stress. And there are some massages that you can do for yourself. For example, as I'm sitting here, you can see me massaging the back of my shoulders and massaging my neck. And you can massage the sides of your face. You may want to go and get a massage, invest in a massage. I can't overemphasize the power of appropriate touching. We're going through a pandemic, so you want to observe social distancing, but where you can appropriately embrace your family members, your children, your spouse, those who are around you, you will find that it helps to reduce your stress. Be objective. Talk about your feelings with friends, family members, or a counselor. And pray. Your religious belief can provide a haven for you when you are experiencing stress. I hope what I presented to you so far has been useful. We're now going into the final segment of our presentation, section 5, Professionalism and Ethics. Who is a professional? Who do you think is a professional? Are you a professional? A professional is defined as any competent or properly qualified and experienced person in a working environment. Other words that can be substituted for professional are expert, specialist, authority. Do these words define you? We're focusing on your personal development. We know that you are at a different stage of learning, and we talked about the 4 stages, so we don't expect everybody who is watching this video to be at stage 4. But do these words, expert, specialist, professional, authority, do they define you? Does the quality of your work portray professionalism, even if that work is voluntary? Again, we're going to go into an activity because we learn by doing. Take the next minute or 2 to think of a person you admire. You could call that person your professional ideal or role model. What are his or her characteristics? What do you like about him or her? you measure up to this ideal, this role model? Once you've completed that exercise, I want you to take a look in the mirror. Does the quality of your work portray professionalism? What are the characteristics of a professional? Professionals are serious about their occupations. They want to do better in everything they do, always seeking to improve. Professionals demonstrate a willingness to take guidance and direction. What are the personal qualities that reflect professionalism? Honesty and integrity. And as we talk about the qualities that reflect professionalism, I want you to reflect on leaders in our country, leaders in the private sector and leaders in the public sector, leaders in the church, leaders in the community, and ask yourself, am I seeing these qualities in these persons? Can I become a role model in my community for these persons? Honesty and integrity, being on time for work, coming back from lunch and others, not using the resources of the organization or the country for your own benefit. Loyalty to the values of the organization or the country. Loyalty to the requirements of the job, keeping the organization's business confidential. What are some personal qualities that reflect professionalism? Self-worth, reflected in the quality of the service that you deliver, reflected in your attitude towards others. Industriousness, taking pride in your work, doing your job well, volunteering for extra responsibility. Flexibility, helping out when needed, a willingness to change for the good of the business. Resilience, especially now in this pandemic, you have to be resilient. Keeping your morale high during times of stress or crises. Being able to bounce back from setbacks. We are going to face setbacks. I mentioned earlier on in the presentation that all of us at some point have failed at something. You are going to face setbacks. But your resilience will determine how well you are able to bounce back from the setback. Self-improvement. Always seeking ways to enhance professional behavior and self-confidence. You have taken the time to watch this video because you are focused on self-improvement, and I salute you for that. What are some benefits of professionalism? You gain respect, As you become a source of information and a point of reference or role model for others, you gain respect. You gain recognition, commendation and promotion where a vacancy exists if you are in an organization. And you gain recognition in the community. There are some persons who have been invited to receive awards from the Governor General because of their outstanding contribution to the community. Improved productivity, leading to customer retention and business success. This is as important for employees and managers as it is for entrepreneurs. And of course, it also leads to enhanced organizational image. When I started this segment, I mentioned that we're talking about professionalism and ethics. So when we talk about ethics, we're talking about a study of morality. Morality in the workplace requires that employees do what is right in their eyes and in the eyes of the organization, its customers and members of the team. Morality in governance requires that persons who are elected to serve and persons who are employed to support those who are elected to serve are focused on delivering and doing what is right, even when no one is looking. Pay attention to details. The quality of your work will be affected by how much attention you pay to details. The slightest oversight or blunder can tarnish your image and that of the organization or team. Attention to details improves the quality of your output. It enhances your self-esteem when your effort is recognized. It will bring you recognition and respect in the eyes of your peers and the public. It will prevent errors and embarrassment. This takes us nicely into protocol, social skills. I have some issues where persons do not know how to conduct themselves. or if they know, they are not consistent in doing so. Proper protocol is essential because it enhances our social skills and reputation as individuals. So I encourage you to observe proper protocols. We will do other segments on self-esteem. We will do other segments on protocol and etiquette, dining etiquette, social skills, and other areas of development. I want to share some statistics with you. 96% of unhappy customers never complain about this courtesy. But 91% of those who do not complain will never return to do business with your organization. 97% of all companies never formally train employees in the simple art of professional service delivery and protocol. This is my gift to you today. Always display a positive attitude. Develop a passion for professionalism and let it be contagious. Let other people want to be like you. Let it rub off on those around you. Be proud of your achievements and the service that you deliver. Follow your dreams. What have you always wanted to achieve in life? What is your purpose in life? What is that one goal that you wanted to attain so long ago that you never took the time to pursue? What are the obstacles to be removed? What will you do differently? Listen to your inner voice and follow it. For it is wisdom that knows what is best for you. Talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet. Think only of the best, to work only for the best, and expect only the best. You deserve nothing less. Care about the happiness and the success of others, and offer them all the help and encouragement that they need. Forget your past mistakes and focus on your successes, encouraging yourself to greater achievements in the future. Always do your best so you can be proud that you gave it your best shot. When you help someone, do not ask for anything in return. You will receive your reward 10 times over. How well are you managing your time? How will you manage your time after watching this presentation? To realize the value of 1 year, ask a student who failed a grade. To realize the value of 1 month, ask a mother who gave birth to a premature baby. To realize the value of 1 week, ask the editor of a weekly newspaper. To realize the value of 1 hour, ask the lovers who are waiting to meet. To realize the value of 1 minute, ask a person who missed the train. To realize the value of 1 second, ask a person who just avoided an accident. Treasure every moment. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Unwrap your gift. I believe in you. I know that you can do it. You know that you can and you will do it. All I ask of you is to go show them how good you are. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.